Hello Facebook and YouTube. Today again I'm live. Yesterday I was live and taught you a lesson. But now again I'm live and I'm going to revise the yesterday's lesson and uh, I'm going to extend that session. Okay. So I have taught while loop yesterday and today I'm going to again revise the while loop and again I will be solving some more problems using while loop. Okay, so let's go to our notes section. Looping in Java again. So in computer programming, loop, what do you mean by loop? Let's ask this question. What do you mean by loop? Okay. So in computer programming, computer programming, 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 a loop is used to execute a group of instruction group a group of instructions or a block of code multiple times multiple times without writing it repeatedly writing it repeatedly repeatedly the block of code the block of code is executed based on certain conditions certain conditions or condition. Loops are control structure of the program. Loops are the control structure of the program. Using loops in computer program, loops using loops in computer program rather optimizes optimizes the process of coding the process of coding the process of coding. Okay, so the structure of loop the structure of a loop the structure of a loop can be virtually divided into two parts two parts two parts, namely the control structure namely the control structure or control statement and the body and the body and the body. Fine. The control statement the control statement of a loop comprises the condition that have to met for the execution of the body of the loop of the body of the loop. For every iteration of the loop, for every iteration of the loop for every iteration of the loop, the condition in the control statement condition in the control statement condition in the control statement the condition in the control statement have to be true. The body of the loop the body of the loop comprise the block of code or the sequence of logical statements that are to be executed multiple times. So there are two types of loops. Two types of loop. Okay, there are two types of loop. One is called entry control. One is entry control loop, and the other is exit control loop. Okay, so let me write down one line on entry control loop. In an entry control loop, the control statement is written right at the beginning of the loop. So in entry control loop, the control statement is written right at the beginning of the loop. This type of loop is also called a pre-checking pre-checking we can say pre-checking loop. So in an entry control loop, the control statement is written right at the beginning of the loop, and this type of loop is called a pre-checking loop. Okay, the condition in the control statement the condition in the control statement the condition in the control statement are checked at first and only and only if the condition if the condition if the condition if the condition are true, only if the condition are true are true, the body of the loop the body the body of the loop is executed. Okay, if the condition turns out to be false, if the condition turns out turns out to be false the condition turns out to be false, the lines of code in the body code in the body in the body of the the loop will not be will not be executed executed or skipped. The control will the execution control will jump will jump after the loop block block or indentation or indentation or an indentation. Okay, so this is the basic idea behind entry control loop. Okay, and this is exit control loop. So let me talk about exit control loop. In in an exit control loop, in an exit control loop, in an exit control loop, an exit control loop, the control statement is written at the end of the loop structure. At the end of the loop structure, the lines of the of code in the body the lines of the code in the body of the loop are executed once before the condition is checked. Hence this type hence this type this type of loop is also called a post checking loop. So in entry control loop, the examples are while loop and the for loop Okay, etc. Right? And in the exit control loop, in Java programming language, we have exit control loop, and there is only one example here, right? So example is do while loop, do while loop. Okay. So these two different categories of loops are available in Java programming language. So we will look uh, these looping structures one by one. So in the last class, I taught or I have given some idea about while loop, how while loop works. Okay. So in this class also, I will also start from while loop. Okay. So while is basically a repetition statement. Fine. So we'll focus on that first, and then we move to the for loop. Okay. So while a repetition statement. Repetition statement. Okay. So you can think about this kind of statement. While there are while there are more items while there are more items on my shopping list. Shopping list. Purchase purchase next item and cross it off and cross it off my list. Right. So recently you guys have done Saraswati Puja, right? So before the day of the puja, the Pandit ji used to give a list of items, right? And you go to something called the Shikarma Bhandar and you purchase those items, right? So you go, so you can see that that shop owner is doing the similar kind of activity, right? So he's looking item one after another, and as soon as he is placing those items in a tokery or some basket, right? One by one, and he's crossing it also, and he's writing down the price also, right? So this is also a kind of a loop, right? And this process, the shopkeeper continues this process till in your list the items are there. The items are not crossed. Okay, very simple thing. Okay, so while there are more items on my shopping list, purchase next item and cross it off my list, right? So similarly, you people also maintain a list of items which you need to purchase for your Saraswati Puja. Fine. So what you do, what you have done, you have purchased the item, cross it from the list so that you will not purchase that same item twice or thrice. Okay. So that is very much important. Okay. So very simple thing. So while there are more items on my shopping list, purchase the next item and cross it off my list. Okay. So I hope this statement describes the while loop, right? And it is describing a condition also. Condition is what? There are more items. This is the condition. While there are more items. This is the condition. This is the condition, right? There are more items. And if no more items left, you will get back to your place. Okay. So this is how while works, right? Even all types of loop works similarly. Okay, fine. So let me show you a pseudocode. Basically, first let me show you the pseudocode. In this pseudocode, I'm going to calculate what I'm going to do now, I'm going to input 10 grades, right, or 10 marks of students, and I will find out the average of it. Okay. So so how to write that kind of a pseudocode, and then what I will do, I will convert those pseudocode into the program. Okay. So let me write down the pseudocode. Okay. So the pseudocode is like this. The question is like this. The question is pseudocode pseudocode algorithm that uses counter controlled repetition to solve the class average problem. Okay. So here what I have said that I'm going to write down a pseudocode, right, which is going to solve a problem. Say for example, I want to find out the class average. Okay, and in the class there are only 10 students. There are only 10 students. Okay, so class average problem, and in the class there are 10 students. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to input the marks of these 10 students, and you have to find out the grade. Okay, or you have to find out the average. You have to find out the average. Okay, so let me take some water. No, I'm feeling. Okay, so in the class there are 10 students, and we have to input 10 marks. We have to input 10 marks, and our code our code will print the average marks of the class. Okay, so this is what we have to do. Fine. So I'm writing down the solution. Okay, so let me divide this area into two parts, such that I can show you the solution properly. Okay, fine. So first thing, set set this is the solution, and I'm not writing exactly a program. I'm just writing down. I'm trying to write down a pseudocode or algorithm, which is mostly in English, and then I will convert this whole stuff into a Java program. Okay, so just follow this, right? So whenever you get a problem, you try to write down a pseudocode first, and then you try to convert that pseudocode into a program. Okay, so what I'm going to do here. So first thing, set there is a variable called total. Set total is equal to 0. Okay, and set set marks counter equal to 1. Okay. Now what I will do here, I will write here while, I will write here while marks counter is less than or equal to is less than or equal to 10. Okay. Now prompt the user, prompt the user, enter the marks, enter the marks. Okay. So what user will do? User will input the marks. User will input the marks. Okay. Add the marks. Add the marks. Add the marks into the total. Into the total. Right. And add add 1 to marks counter. Okay. So when the value of marks counter will reach 11, then your execution control come out of this body, right? And now what you have to do, you have to set the set average, set average is equal to, right, total divided by 10, total divided by 10, right, to get the average marks, right? And now print the average, print the average, average. So this is the pseudocode, right? This is a pseudocode algorithm that uses counter controlled repetition to solve the class average problem. Fine. So here I'm updating. This is called this variable is called counter. This variable is called counter, right? This variable is called counter, right? And this loop, this process here, I'm updating the counter. Here I'm updating the counter. Here I'm updating the counter. Okay, and this whole process is called counter controlled repetition. Counter counter controlled controlled repetition. Okay, so this is called counter controlled repetition. Fine. So here with the counter value, we know that at which count we have to exit. So here we know that when the value of marks counter will become 11, then our execution control comes out of the loop and we find the average and we print the average. Okay. So this is what we are going to do in our Java program. Okay. So I'm going to BlueJ. I'm going to start BlueJ, and in the BlueJ, I will be writing down the code. Okay. So this is a new project which I have started into for the live classes. So now what I will do, I will create a package here. First of all, I will create a package. So here this is for iteration or iterative problems, iterative problems. Here basically all problems need iteration, but I'm solving iterative problems for the beginners. So this is my package. So what is package in Java? If you won't have an idea, package is kind of a folder where you keep the interrelated classes in Java. So here I'm keeping all the interrelated classes of iterative problems. So iterative problems is a package in Java. So now I'm creating a class. If you press Control and you will get this dialog box, and here you give the class name to create a class, right? So the name of the class is say average average marks. The name of the class is average marks. Now I am going to write down the code for this. So let me remove the unnecessary code given by the blue jay, and now I'm writing it. So I will write here public static void main string args, and here I'm writing scanner for taking input. Sc is equal to new scanner system dot in. So this is system S will be capital, not small. Okay. So it's giving error. So let's fix the error by importing java.util.star. Okay. So now what I have to do, I have to follow the instructions which I have written it over here. Okay. So what I will do, I will use the snap layout of my windows, and I'll select this one, and so that I can see my pseudocode, and I will write down the Java program. Okay, so let me create a variable here. So I'm taking a double variable. Say double total is equal to 0 is equal to 0, and I need another variable to find out the average. So avg I'm taking it as, and these two variables are there. Then I need one integer variable called marks counter, okay, which is assigned as 1, fine. And here I will write while, and in the bracket I have to write a marks counter is less than equal to 10, okay. And then I will write down system dot out dot print. So you take this statement outside also to clear the terminal window always. So all the good programmers always clear the terminal window. Okay, it is quite helpful while writing down the program, and you can see the proper execution of your code. So to clear the terminal window, you have to use a escape sequence called /s, right? So clear, this command will clears the terminal window, null window. Okay. So while marks counter is less than equal to 0, then system.out.print, and here, so here you have to create a prompt. So you write here enter the marks. So you can write here enter the marks of student, right? And you can put a number over here also. You can put a number over here also. Enter the marks of student plus marks counter. It will print the number present in the marks counter variable. Then you write down plus, and then give a space colon space. Okay, and then here you will take the input of marks. So let me declare another variable over here called marks. So we write here marks is equal to sc dot, the name of the function to take input is next double. So you just write down next double, and then what you have to do, you have to add the marks into the total. So I will write here total, and I'm applying the shorthand. That means ki total plus equal to marks. It means total. It means I hope you people understand shorthands in Java. It means total, you can write this also. Total is equal to total plus marks, plus marks, marks. Okay. And what I have to do, I have to increment the marks counter. Okay. So I have to add one to the marks counter. So what I will do, I will write here marks counter plus plus. Okay. Fine. So after coming out of this loop, what I have to do, I have to find the average. So I will write here AVG is equal to total total divided by 10. Okay. Now after this, I will print the average. So system.out.print slash n average, which is plus average. Okay. So in the comment, you people can write down the difference between print and the print ln, right? So as many people write down the difference between print and print ln, I will give my hearts to them. Okay, and I will definitely provide provide my heart to them. Okay, I will give them hearts. Okay, so please write down what is the difference between print and the print ln statement. I'm talking about system.out.print and system.out.println statement. Okay. So if you write down the correct answer, I will give my hearts to you. Okay. Fine. So we are done with this program. So let's compile this. Okay. There is no error. Thank God. And let's execute this code. If we execute this code, it's asking for marks of student 1. We have given here 89.23, then 79.53, 66.97, 86.55, 46.91, then 74.77, 90, 91, then 55.63. Then the last one is, let me put here 88. So now you can see the average. The average is 77.75899999. So for example, if you want to print the two decimal places, then what you can do, right? So you can write it down. So if you want to print two decimal places, because here in the terminal window it is showing that it is showing all the 15 decimal places supported by double. But I don't want the 15 decimal places. I want only two decimal places. So what I have to do, I have to use here I have to write string dot format. Okay, and in the bracket, what I will do, I will write here percentage of 0.2f. Okay, so it will fix the decimal point to two decimal places. Okay, so let's compile this code. It's generating error. So I need to write a comma. Plus is not required. So because I'm using a function here called string.format. Okay, and let's compile this. And if you execute now, you will find that it is generating two decimal places. So 23.45, 88.21, 85.34, 90, 98, 87, 66, 39.20, 41.44, 67.38. Okay, so now you can see that it is not showing all the all the 15 decimal points. It is showing you 68.60, right? So this is the average marks, and in this way, if you use this construct, right, system dot print, if you use this construct, system dot print out dot print string dot format, right, and if you use percentage point to f, it will give you, after decimal point, it will give you only two digits. It will not give you more than two digits. Okay, so I hope the idea is clear now. Okay, so let me solve another problem, right? So here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to solve one series problem for you people. Okay, and this problem I've taken it from the book from by Dilip Kumar De and Vijay Kumar Pandey. That's a very famous book from APC. Okay, so I'm using that, and from that book, I'm taking one problem. Okay, so with this, by solving this problem, I will explain you how while loop works. Okay, so the problem is very much simple, right? So write a program. The question is this. Question is write a program. So WAP means, I hope everyone understands. WAP means write a program in Java, in Java to display to display first first n terms first n terms of the following series. Following series. Okay, so I'm going to solve two series problems here. So is number one is say 0, 7, 26, 63, and it is going like this. Okay, okay, it is going like this. So it is basically, and number two series is this. Okay, so number two series is 2, 5, 10, 17, and so on. All right, these two series are there, right? So if you know these series, how to solve these series, right? So pause the video and you write down the solution. If you are able to solve it, if you are able to solve this series, please comment, okay, and say that we have solved the series, right? And I will feel very much happy about it. And if you are able to solve it with your own, okay, and you solve the series, this question using while loop only, right? Try to solve this series using while loop only, right? Because most of the people are comfortable solving series using for loop, but you have to be comfortable solving the series using while loop, right? Also, because while loop, if you understand while loop, then you can understand very easily for loop also, because there is a trick involved in the for loop. Okay, so you need to understand those tricks. So first you try to solve the problem using while loop, and then I will show you the syntax of for loop. After that, you can solve the same problem using for loop also. Okay. So please comment, please pause the video if you are watching this, if you're not watching this as live. So pause the video and try to solve these two problems using while loop and then comment it, right? Or if you're not able to solve the problem, then also you comment it. Case, sir, here we have got struck, right? And you see the solution such that you people understand how to solve these kind of problems. Okay. So I'm solving this problem for you. Okay. Just give me a minute. My throats were dry. I don't know why. Uh, okay. So let's continue. Let me check how many people are active. So let me give you the solution for this problem. And okay, let me use a different color for solving this. So 0, 7, 26, 63. So as you can see that, okay, this is 0, this is 7, this is 26, this is 63. So if you do 1 cube minus 1, so 1 cube is 1 and minus 1 is, if you do 1 cube minus 1, you will get 0, right? If you do 2 cube minus 1, so 2 cube is 8, 8 minus 1 is 7. Now if you do 3 cube, if you do 3 cube, if you do 3 cube minus 1, you will get 26. Because 3 cube is 27 and 27 minus 1 is 26. Okay. And this is 4 cube minus 1. This is 4 cube minus 1. So 4 cube is 64, 64 minus 1 is 63. So this problem is, I think you have understood the formula, right? See, these numbers are n, right? So what I have to do, I have to find out n ka cube minus 1 every time, right? And I will update the value of n, okay? So I will start the value of n, or say this, no, instead of n variable, let me take this as x variable. So these numbers are x. So x first, the first value of x is 1. So 1 cube minus 1 will give you 0. The value of x is 2. Then 2 cube minus 1 is 7. Right? And we store the result in a variable called y. Okay. So what we have to do here, we have to declare few variables like x, y, and n is the number of terms. Right? This is the value of n is entered by the user. The value of the n will be entered by the user. So first what we do, we write down a plan in English, and then again after writing down the plan, we write it down on the computer. Okay, fine. So I'm writing it here. First we write here set, or what we can take, what we can do, we write prompt the input number of terms, number of terms, right? So input input number of terms in n, number of terms in n. Okay, so now what do? You declare a variable here, declare a variable here, say start, or you can say that set start is equal to 1. Set start equal to 1. Now what you do, you write it down here. While, what we have to do? We have to do this. So you write here while start is less than equal to n. It will go till n. Okay. So here we write it down. Y is equal to y is equal to start cube minus 1. We write this. Okay. And then we print the value of y, value of y. Okay, print the value of y, and after that we update the value of start. Right, we write start is equal to start plus 1, start plus 1, or add 1 to start. We can write that also. So we have written this, and when the value of start will be greater than n, then it will come out of the loop and our program gets end. Okay, so this is the basic idea for series number 1. Okay, so this is solution number 1. Now you see the, let me solve the second solution also. Okay, solution 2. So solution 2. So what is the solution 2 here? So here you can see that the first value is 2, the second value is 5, the third value is 10. So now you can find the difference from here. 5 to 2 is 3, 10 to 5 is 5, 10 to 17 is 7, right? So now you can see that there are odd numbers are generating. The next value will be, okay, 17 plus 9, which is going to be 26, which is going to be 26, and so on, and so on. It will be like this. So this is 9 only. So this is 3, this is 5, this is 7, this will be 9 only, because it is actually generating odd numbers. Okay. So what we have to do here, Or you can think about something like this also. There is another solution for this. Either we can add this, or we have another solution is that, okay, if if this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term, this is the fifth term, right? There's another solution for this. Say if we write here 1 ka square plus 1, if we write here 2 ka square plus 1, if we write here 3 ka square plus 1, if we write here 4 ka square plus 1, if we write here 5 ka square plus 1, so you will get all these values. So 1 ka square plus 1 is 2, 2 ka square plus 1 is 5, 3 ka square plus 1 is 10, 4 ka square plus 1 is 17, and 5 ka square plus 1 is 26, and so on, right? So it depends upon the number of terms which you have entered. Okay, so I'm copying these two lines, which is common over here, and I'm copying the start also, and I'm pasting it over here. Okay, and let me reduce the size little bit. Okay, so let's start is equal to 1, and then we write here while start is less than equal to n. Then here we write it down while start square plus 1, right? Then print the value of y, and start equal to start plus 1, right? So these two problems were solved very easily. Okay, so let me convert these two pseudocodes into Java programs. Okay. So now what I have to do, prompt the input number of terms. So first I will declare the variables like n. I need start, and start is equal to 1, and then I have to write another variable, start y. So these three variables are basically required, and here we write down the prompt. So we write here system dot out dot print. Okay. First we clear the terminal window by using /f. After clearing, I'm writing here enter number of terms. Okay, and after that we write here n is equal to sc dot next end. So we have written that. Now after that, what we do here, we write here while start is less than equal to n. Okay, and now what we do here, we write it down while so start cube minus 1. So you can write here start multiply by start multiply by start. This is so start cube and then minus 1. Okay, and then here you write it down, system dot out dot print, and we have to print the value of y, and we give a space for a comma. So let me give a comma and a space in this. Okay, so then after that we write here start is equal to, or we can write use the shorthand start plus equal to 1, or we can use start plus plus also. So start plus plus is also similar to start plus equal to 1, right? So this is basically, here I'm using the postfix operator. Postfix operator. You can use postfix operator, or you can use prefix operator. Fix operator. It will not put any effect on the statement because it will update the value of the variable start by 1. Okay, so that is our purpose, and it is solving that purpose. Okay, so let's compile this code and execute this. So if I write here number of terms, say I've written here 5. So now you can see that the numbers have generated 0, 7, 26, 63, 124 and comma. So for example, I want to print full stop instead of comma, then what I have to do, right? So if you want to print the full stop instead of comma, what you do, you just remove this sign, okay? And what you do, you have to calculate it once again, okay? You have to calculate this once again and copy these two statements and paste these two statements over here, and instead of comma you can write here, right? You don't write anything, you just remove the comma. Press Ctrl Shift I to indent it properly, compile the code, and then again execute the code, right? So now if I give 5, you can see that there is no comma after 124 because 124 is printed at the end, right? If you give 20 here also, it will print 20 terms, right? It is printing the 20 terms. Okay, so 124, 2 and 5, 3, 4, 2. So in this way it is keep on increasing. Okay, so this is series 1. So let's solve series 2 also. Achha, we do one thing, we add this code in our notes also. So let me add this code in our notes also. So let's add it over here. So this code is added over here. Okay, let's solve the second one, series number 2. Let's solve the series number 2. So what we can do here, we can use this code once again for solving series 2. So we will create a new class, series 2. Okay, and what we do here, we copy all these materials over here, and we use this, we use this. Okay, so what we do here, we I need this statement which is important for me, and I don't need these. I need the main function, and I need to do some changes. So instead of cube, here it is a square. So this is a square -1. So the series 2 is also solved very easily. So let me close this and execute the series 2. So if I write here 10, it will print the 10 terms. You can see that 0. Achha, here we have to plus 1, not -1. There is a mistake out here. So here we have to add the value of 1, not the subtract. So this, be careful. Let me execute this code once again. Number of terms 10. So now you can see that 2, 5, 10, 17, 26, 37, 50, 65, 82, and 999. Okay, 999. Why 999? No, 999 is wrong. This will be this will be plus one. This will be 101. Not 999. So that mistake is there. So let's resolve that mistake. So it will be 101. So 2, 5, 10, 17, 26, 37, 56, 65, 82, because 9 square is 81, 81 plus 1, 82. 10 square is 100, 100 plus 1 is 101. So now this code is correct. So let me copy this code, and in the notes I will give it to you. Okay. Very soon this notes will be published on my website, or otherwise what I will do, I will upload it on the Google Drive, and I will share the link with you people, so that you can access these notes, and you can give your exam well. Okay. So we do the class this much today. Today's session is this much. So please upload your questions in the comment section. I will try to solve those questions while doing the live. And tomorrow, in the tomorrow session, I will be doing the live on for loop, right? I will be focusing mainly on the for loop. I hope you have enjoyed the session, and it's quite late in the night, but you have to study in the night during the exams. So exams were very close. So be focused on the exams, and all the best for your exams. I hope my live series will help you in your exams. Okay. Thank you for now. Good night and happy coding. Okay. Bye bye.